Welcome to the 31 Days of Halloween, presented by the Honor Society of Entertainment Arts at the LA Film School. I'm your host, Angel, and this is The Legacy of Fear, a journey through the evolution of horror and films that shaped our darkest imaginations. So dim the lights, settle in, and let the terror begin.
If I told you about her, what would I say? That they lived happily ever after?
Welcome back to The Legacy of Fear, part of the 31 Days of Halloween, brought to you by the Honor Society here at the LA Film School. I am your host, Angel, and today, on the eve of Halloween, we honor one of the greatest living storytellers of horror and fantasy, Guillermo del Toro. Del Toro began his career in Mexico with Cronos, a haunting reinvention of the vampire myth. From the start, he wasn't just making horror, he was telling fairy tales for adults, filled with strange beauty, sadness, and humanity. Then came The Devil's Backbone in 2001. Set against the backdrop of Spanish Civil War, it gave us a ghost story that was also a meditation on history, violence, and memory. Del Toro showed that horror could carry the weight of tragedy and still be terrifying. But his masterpiece is Pan's Labyrinth. With the faun, the pale man, and the innocence of Ophelia, Del Toro wove a dark fairy tale that balanced magic and horror, fantasy, and fascism. It's not just a film, it's a work of art, and it won 3 Academy Awards. In Crimson Peak, he brought Gothic romance back to the screen with lavish visuals and haunted houses dripping with beauty. And with The Shape of Water, he turned the monster into the lover, winning Best Picture and showing the world that horror, romance, and fantasy can merge into something unforgettable. Beyond the films, Del Toro has become a curator of horror itself. From producing to creating Netflix Cabinet of Curiosities, he's lifting up new voices, preserved the classics, and expanding the definition of what horror can be. Most recently, he's taking on the mantle of preserving hand-done practical effects in the vision of protecting the art from the evolution of AI. Guillermo del Toro is the poet of monsters. He tells us that monsters are not just to be feared, they are to be understood, embraced, even loved. His films whisper that the real horrors are war, cruelty, and oppression. But in the darkness, there is also wonder. His films have heart, they have soul, but they also have the scare, which makes him one of the greatest living filmmakers in horror history. So on the night before Halloween, we celebrate Del Toro, a visionary who gave us fairy tales for the brokenhearted and monsters with soul. So please, do me a favor as you gather with your friends and family with your list of films on your Halloween movie marathon. Make sure you tap into one of the great films by Guillermo del Toro and try not to cry too hard for the monster, because monsters are just fairy tales, right? I thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Halloween. Bye-bye now.